Hello, my name is Randy Detrick. I'm the son of Sandy Detrick, husband to my beautiful wife Tiffany, and the proud dad of 3 spectacular children. My mission is to add value to others. I believe in the power of the human spirit, and thank you for listening. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please share with a friend. Help me spread the good, the clean, the pure, the positive. When there is hope in our future, there is power in our present. Hi everyone, Randy Detrick here, and I have a special guest on today's show. His name is Tyler Conklin. Tyler is a brilliant young man. Tyler suffered a motorcycle accident a few years back, and man, guys, Tyler is one of a million. The doctors are saying, we don't know what's going to happen. We're not sure if he's going to survive. Guys, Tyler is surviving, thriving, and a brilliant young man that has a mission to add value to the world around him. I promise you, one day you'll see him on stages of high schools and auditoriums, just adding value to the world around him. And here's Tyler.
All right, guys. Randy's always making me out more to be more than I really am, but I have some questions to ask you guys today, and hopefully we can try and work through them a little bit. The first start here. Who are you? Why are you here? Did you choose to be born? And where are you going to? All great questions, right? But do we know the answer to any of them? Here's some things you might say to the first question. Who am I? I'm a waitress or waiter. I'm a contractor. I'm a pilot. I'm a politician. I am whatever I do. Is what you do your identity? No, it is not. Is what kind of car you drive in or house you live in who you are? No, it is not. Your identity can be broken into 3 parts. Given identity, chosen identity, and core identity. For example, my given identity is I'm 5'9" tall. I have blue eyes and brown hair. My chosen identity is that I'm a child of God, and my core identity is that I believe in Jesus Christ's coming, his death on the cross for my sins, and his resurrection. I love people. I always want to become a better version of who I was yesterday, and I want to be a light into the world. So I ask you again, who are you? Why are you here? Did you choose to be born? Now for the question of why are we here? We are here to be a light into the world. Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16 says, "You are a light to the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." End quotes. You are here to be a light into the world and to know him and to make him known. So I ask you now, why are you here? Let's look at the question, did you choose to be born next? Ephesians chapter 1 verse 4 says, "For he chose us in him before the creation of the world, to be holy and blameless in his sight. In love, God chose you to be here." End quote. How crazy is that he chose to be here before he even created the world for us to live in? That's so crazy to me. You had nothing to do with your great-grandparents, grandparents, or your parents' meeting. You're only alive because of other people's decisions. So did you choose to be born? Let's look at where you're going to next. We're going towards whatever we spend time on. For example, Randy spent time on building a place where people can enjoy life and escape the world. Since he spent time on this, he achieved it. There may have been hurdles to jump through, but he worked through the hurdles, persevered to achieve what you see here today. Now, where are you going to? What are you doing today to make tomorrow better? I'll ask you again, who are you? Why are you here? Did you choose to be born? And what are you doing today to make tomorrow better?
Man, Tyler, I'm so with you on this. Oh my gosh. Such a great question to ask. Who are you? What do you stand for? The word pithy comes to mind. There's a book out there that says, keep it pithy. Pithy? I think it's pithy, right? Keep it pithy. Where it's like, who are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe? And in today's world, so many people want to make things relative. Relative this, relative that. There's no absolutes. And I had one guy push back on me one time. I was doing the underground experience and this word came up. And he goes, no, I like things to be relative. And I go, really? You would want your wife to be relatively faithful? You'd want your accountant to be relatively honest? No, nobody wants relativity. They want absolute. And this is why we need to know who we are, what we stand for, because when you're relative, you're kind of a wandering generality. You're kind of drifting around the world. Zig Ziglar says, we need to become a meaningful specific. Laser beam heading towards something. You'll go faster, further when you focus your life. That's the fact of the matter, right? And my mom puts it like this. My mom would say, Randy, when you were born, you were nothing but a little tiny seed. You're an egg. And every single seed, every single egg has a purpose in this world. The seed of an oak tree has the purpose to become an oak tree, right? The seed of a grass has the potential and the purpose to become a grass. The same with us. We have potential and a purpose to become what we need to become. And what happens is when people abandon their purpose in life, they never get paid for being who they are. And this is why people struggle every day of their life wondering, why do I hate my life? Why do I not like getting up to go to work? It's because you abandoned your dreams when you were a kid. You decided one day, I'm going to trade dollars for my dream. And all of a sudden, just like that, we're now lost. We're wondering generalities. That's what you're getting at, isn't
So
it?
true. So true.
So true, isn't it?
Man. Like, yeah.
I'm with you.
It's
I mean, I'm
crazy.
so with you on this stuff. I mean, but in order to pursue your dreams with all your imagination, you're going to have to fight through the fear. That is the biggest thing. I really believe that. There's always a moment in time where people are about to abandon their dreams. I mean, I've seen it where I tell the story about how Mama, we decided to do the song about Gabriel Francis, the song Conscience that Gabriel sang. And back then, Gabriel came to the winery and goes, hey, I need to move on, not do it anymore. And just then Tiff goes, no. If you don't pursue music, you will abandon your purpose in life. And you're going to abandon it because things look dark. It's hard. It's a challenge. Well, the fact of the matter is this. Everything worthwhile in this life is uphill. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Yep. And if you're going downhill and you're coasting, you're going downhill. There's only one way to coast, right? Never, ever coast. Never take the easy way out, because the easy way out basically leads to lethargy. It leads to death. It leads to the death of your dreams. You want to chase your dreams? You're going to face challenges. But there's also a book out there called You Can't Climb a Smooth Mountain. You've got to have the rocks and crevices, the things to grab a hold of to get you up that hill. So be happy about the rocks and crevices and the challenges you face, because they're in front of you to turn you into the person that you need to be to get to that dream that you have in your mind. So the moment you abandon the next challenge in front of you, you just abandon your dream. So the whole goal is to conquer the challenge in front of you. And once you conquer that, you'll upgrade yourself to the next big challenge. And that's the path to your dream. And the moment you abandon your dream, what happens is you'll find yourself wandering around, wondering, why am I unfulfilled? Well, that would be like an oak tree trying to be a deer. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. I mean, we were born to be something in life, and it's our job to figure that out and then give it to the people around us. No purpose in any person exists for the person. It exists to give it to the people around you. That's the only way purpose can be fulfilled. Because think about it. The sun doesn't exist for itself. The sun exists to serve the earth. And then things exist to serve other things. We exist to serve each other. And the moment we do that, life is limitless. That's the whole key to life. You should point off the distance at a major goal, but live in the moment, slowly moving towards it, and you can have your cake and eat it along the way. You want to live an exciting life? Live like that, and you'll never wonder, why am I here?
I'm gonna jump in real quick here, Randy. When you're talking about that stuff, the servitude, I immediately thought of Jesus Christ. Like, he came and he humbled himself to be among us, right? He was washing his disciples' feet.
Right.
The lowest of low jobs that has ever, that's the lowest of low jobs in that time.
Right.
So stinking crazy. But he created the stinking universe at the same time.
Right.
So cool. We're called to try and be like him.
Right.
Like, it's so awesome, Randy. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler, I'm so with you. I mean, you may all know we did a church service this past year here at the winery, an Easter service. And I told the story of Christ on his way to the cross. And the whole time that he's being whipped and torn apart, his beard was ripped off his face. I mean, he could have just blinked and undone everything. But he chose to love. He chose to forgive. And then all of a sudden you see him, he's hanging on the cross. And the people that he's trying to save are spitting in his face. And he's humble enough to scream out to his Father and say, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. So whenever there's a moment that you feel someone did something against me, they owe me, I'm going to get them, always remember, if Jesus could be hung on a cross and spit in his face, and he could say, forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. Don't we have the ability to say, I forgive you? Doesn't it put it in perspective? I'm so with you. I love you, Tyler, man. Love you, dude.
It's awesome.
Love you, man.
It's good stuff.
Thanks for being here today, guys.
Thanks
We
for
love
having
you
me.
all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.